All right, welcome back to another card advantage video. We're actually bringing a league championship to the channel today, and here in this matchup, this is a KTTCG league championship matchup between Dromai, who's being piloted by Ben from Michigan, going up against Bravo, who's being piloted by Phil Bradford. Should be a fun one. And it's kind of that age-old illusionist versus guardian matchup that we've all come to love. And, you know, as we've gone through these stages here, it's kind of been favored one way or the other as the builds have kind of adapted to what's going on with each of the different hero builds. So it'll be interesting to see how it breaks down. Ben just came from playing a Dromai mirror against Nick. And Phil just came from beating down on me, actually, on Icelander. And again, obviously you guys can't see me right now, but this is Cody hosting the league championship and commentating along the way. The players can't hear me, but and we won't be able to hear the players, just my audio is being recorded. So I think they're about to jump into it. And from what I remember, Phil on Bravo is the higher seed, and I'll also be running card images while we go through the league championship match here, so you might have to bear with me using Fabrary. Shout out to Fabrary, Philip over there who runs that program. Really lovely program. If you haven't used it, it works really well with Talishar, and you can run sideboard matchups and choose sideboarding very easily based upon the sideboarding options or the matchups that you pre-select within each deck. I think it's a really cool and useful tool. Improving along the way, he has a Discord that allows you to jump in there and suggest features and also report bugs. Very responsive. Love Fabrary. I want to give a big shout out to them. That's who I'm using for the card images. So thanks for putting together a program for the community to use, or a platform for the community to use. I definitely enjoy it. I've actually switched all of my deck building and all of my decks over into Fabrary from where I used to keep them. So looking forward to getting into this. Should be a good one. We know these matchups usually go long, so looking for a lengthy match and looking to see how these heroes go about implementing strategies to take down the other. So they've sideboarded, and they're just about to begin here now. You got already been recording, just kind of introducing the heroes. You guys are good to go. So just letting them know that they are free to start. I'll be able to hear them a little bit in the background there. Kind of turn their volume down so I don't get too much overpowering. So starting out with Sigil on Dromai's side, just a easy three life gain, and he gets to make an Ash from his Furnace. Ooh. Command and Conquer right off the bat to start things off. We know that Dromai likes to run a lot of defense reactions when they plays against Bravo, so it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. Yep, and just like it. Oh, and it looks like a yellow pummel. Oh man, we got a Bravo on running rainbow pummels here. This is quite the aggressive match from the Bravo side. So Bravo is definitely not looking to fatigue. He is not looking to pop and, run him out of threats and dragons. This will be interesting how this goes down. Did he get 2 Sink Belows? It looks like he just got 2 Sink Belows out of the Dromai, which is quite incredible. Dromai laying down a Chromai early. Looks like the Bravo's not going to give him much of a chance. Curious if Bravo's going to actually pop this one. Players are just discussing what's happening here with the Chromai and when action points are actually gained. So the Bravo's choosing to take this 3 from Chromai and not destroy it when given the chance and opportunity to. It did not have it had Phantasm, so Bravo could have easily have popped and destroyed it, but he's choosing not to. Looking to go and so yeah, Bravo just activating Tectonic Plating and then swinging Anathos to take down the dragon. Interesting that he chose to swing the hammer. I'm curious if he didn't have any poppers in his hands at that time. That'd be quite odd if Bravo didn't. Sweeping blow for 3 go again at Bravo, creating two ashes, what it looks like. So just an activation of Flamescale Furnace to get an ash. Looks like Bravo's going to sigil at end phase here. I think you probably just want to hold that sigil most of the time in order to just bluff pummel and things of that nature. Don't think it's necessarily needed to do it at the end of Dromai's turn. There's no real advantage gain there. So swinging Anathos for 4. This is looking like a pummel play to 10. Yep, sure enough, it is red pummel. And up to 10 because there are 2 cards with 3 cost or greater in the pitch zone for Bravo, so the Anathos gets a +2 from its own effect. So Dromai taking a bunch of damage early and still doesn't have a board presence here right now. So Bravo's in a pretty good spot. Depending upon what Dromai was able to keep, she will obviously keep a full grip of cards. Coming down with a Rake the Embers, red. Activating Furnace, creating some more ash. So he's created 4 ash essentially from everything. 1 from Break the Embers, 1 from Furnace, 1 from 3 ash, and then transformed 3 ash. So swinging in with a Aether Ashwing. And Bravo's going to go ahead and pop that with a Disable. And then Dromai is going to sigil, gaining, gaining 3 life here. So that's 2 sigils down from the Dromai player. Just coming in with a Cranial Crush here for 8, not allowing Dromai to draw cards. This is pretty much generic damage. There's no floating resources here. He had to pitch 2 blues to come in with this Cranial Crush. So Dromai is going to come in with a Sand Cover here. And lose an ash essentially, and it's going to take 4 damage from the Cranial Crush. Crush effect is active, so no Kyloria in effect, and if you're running things like Tome of Fyendel or other draw effects that I don't think Dromai would normally run here. Coming in with a Sweeping Blow red, triggering Dromai to get all the dragons go again. Creating 2 ash from this pitch from the sigil and Dromai's effect. And Sweeping Blow's effect on the attack. Activating Flamescale Furnace for an ash. And coming in with an Ashwing. So obviously Bravo here has got decisions to try to clear out some of the Ashwings. Only 2 Ashwings on the Dromai side, so trying to limit the damage here for this turn, but also in future turns, because they just get increased value across the turns as you leave them on the board and let them continue to swing in with all of the dragons, with all of the small dragons, that is, all the Ashwings. Bravo activating Tectonic Plating, getting a Seismic Surge, and Anathos swing at Dromai for 4. He pitched a pummel to activate or swing Anathos. So Bravo playing another Sigil here to try to, I guess, mitigate some of the arcane damage that possibly gets through in this matchup. Bravo's on Mage Master boots, so you know he's going to be playing the Tome. He's set up that Tome play. Dromai coming in with a Billowing Mirage here, creating another Ashwing that Bravo just destroyed. So, just really good value attacks for 3 go again. Bravo attempting to block with Crown of Providence and also trigger Crown's effect. So that's interesting that he chose to block on that turn, trying to straighten out a hand here. He bottomed an Arsenal to get 5 cards in hand. And it appears that he is going to pop this first dragon. An interesting use of Crown there. I don't know if Dromai in this matchup is going to be running CNCs. He's taken 2 more from the Ashwings. And that is the end of the Dromai's turn. Seismic Surge on the turn activating. Tear Asunder. Currently 5 dominate from Anathos. So there's only he has a lunging press in his pitch zone there. Very interesting tech on Bravo's side. Got a Tear Asunder into a Hammer for 5 dominate on hit, discard or discard 2 cards. 2 used to play an Icelander and saying pay 2 or discard. They were counting pummels in the graveyard there, and he's asking how many pummels are in the graveyard. Getting a count there, noticing a red and a yellow pummel in the grave. You can pretty much rest assured here that this is a pummel play with Bravo holding 2 cards in hand. Dromai is blocking 4 with equipment. His headpiece, which appears to be the Crown of Providence, and Furnace. He looks and appears to be holding a Sink Below in hand, as I can kind of glance in the hand there. Dromai choosing to Sink Below, and Bravo letting the Sink resolve to choose to see if he wants to trigger the Sink's effect. Yep, and Bravo coming in with a red pummel. This is nasty. Nasty. Yep, and so Terror Effect is going to happen here. Bravo is going to swing for 11, and he blocked for 8, so he took 3, discarded 2 cards. Yep, and Dromai is just going to draw and pass here. Bravo doesn't have a Surge on this play. He doesn't have a 5-card hand, doesn't have any Arsenal in play right now, so probably not a huge attack, unless he, of course, drew Crippling with 3 blues or something crazy like that. So it's Bravo's turn right now. Bravo is looking at what he wants to do. He's taken 1 from an Aether Ashwing on. Another Tear turn. Yeah, this is an Anathos for 7 dominate on hit, discard 2 cards. And he has 2 cards with cost 3 or greater in the pitch zone, so Anathos can get +2 from his own effect, +1 from Tear Asunder, and of course the devastating on hit effect. So does Dromai have a D-React in Arsenal? Oh, nope, no D-React. So Bravo's just pushing damage and stripping cards. it's a rough tumble when Bravo can get into that groove of continual disruption across hand to hand. So Dromai able to keep a card in hand and a card in arsenal. Bravo has to deal with a passing mirage now. So if he doesn't take care of this passing mirage, though, he can. If he doesn't take care of this quickly, this can get out of control if he's able to snowball into multiple dragons and another passing or a mirror guy. God, 3 turns, back to back to back turns of Terra Sunder. Yep. So he discarded a rake and a sweeping blow to that, and he faded. And so yeah, and here's a second passing mirage. So Dromai has 2 passing mirages, 2 Aether Ashwings on board, and now Bravo's in a rough spot because he is going to have to get through 2 passing mirages or be able to push lethal damage very soon. Activating Bravo here on his Dominate, pay 2, and Dominate. And this is a Crush Confidence here. So Crush Confidence for 7 Dominate. I don't think Ben has the D-React in Arsenal. I don't know what he's waiting on as an Arsenal there. Possibly a big dragon like a Tomultai or a Dominia. Or Optimi for that matter. But he's set up in a really good spot here with 2 passing mirages, one to protect the other. Bravo has chosen not to take out the passing mirages, and I think that will be Bravo's downfall here. I think that if he would have chosen to take out passing mirage, he plays a little bit on the defensive going into the next 2 turns, but he doesn't give Dromai a foothold to take advantage of what they can do with the passing mirages. So taking 4, losing the hero ability. So the Crush effect is active on Crush Confidence here. So Dromai cannot give Dragon's Go again, and cannot create Ash. And pushed a little bit of damage here. Uh-oh. So he is the Dromai player here, Ben, is digging in on being able to basically all the dragons that attack first are going to be extremely safe. Bravo's got some really tough decisions to make here. Yep, and here comes an onslaught of on-hit effects with dragons. So he blocked 5. The dragon didn't have Go again because of Crush Confidence. He blocked with a popper there, but it didn't pop the dragon because Mirror Guy and 2 Pass Mirages, made Kyloria lose Phantasm. Getting a little bit of a breakdown on the dragons and what they do. A little bit of a glare on Dromai's side of the table there. But Dromai's got 2 Passing Mirages, a Mirror Guy, and a Kyloria. Bravo's looking like he's actually... Yeah, he's choosing to Anathos the Kyloria down. So choosing to take a turn off for Bravo. Bravo's got a pretty good life buffer here at 33, but that can quickly disappear with a slew of dragons. Dromai was able to keep what appears to be 3 cards. Nope, 4 cards. Oh yeah, he didn't block, of course, because he went out of the dragon. Tomultai, Azulai, and Freight Foreseen have been pitched for a Vincerikai. Yeah, this is bad. This is bad news. Vincerikai is coming in for 6. Go again. If he hits, he deals 3 arcane damage. This is bad news for Bravo. He's gonna have to block. Basically, he's gonna have to block for 6 here, or he's gonna lose a lot of momentum. Vincerikai only has 1 life, The problem with Enserakai is that it forces cards out of hand. Because Bravo neglected the passing mirages, this is the position that he put himself in by doing so. He's essentially, Bravo is taking 9 here, thinking that he can push more damage. Now, with Dromai's not choosing to defend with tectonic plating and choosing not to pop the Ash Wings. Dromai wisely did not attack with Mirror Guy. This is looking very, very precarious for Bravo. Not looking good. He's pitching a tome there to, I think, what's going to be an activation of tectonic plating. I'm not sure he's taking that one there back. I think Bravo has put himself in a very bad predicament here. He's activating Mage Master Boots. Activated Mage Master Boots, pitched, and then he played Tome of Findel from hand. Did not gain any life. He did draw 2 cards. He's going to activate Tectonic Plating and make a Seismic Surge token. Looks like he did not draw. Oh my gosh. He drew 2 reds off of that Tome of Findel, it looks like. He had a Swing Hammer for 6 into Vincerikai. Yeah. He took 9 damage to do all that. That's a rough break. But I think also a very risky gamble he took by initially not taking out the Passive Mirages. If he takes out the Passive Mirages, he's not in this type of situation. Looks like Dromai is just doing the Dromai things, continuing to pump out dragons. He's played and now swinging with a Necria. Necria has 7 health. If it deals damage, Dromai gains an Ash, and also Necria has a -1 counter put on it. Whenever it deals or is dealt damage, it gets a -1 counter. Choosing to activate Furnace to keep up the position of Ash. Coming in with the Ashwing, and Bravo decides to pop it with a Crippling Crush, triggering Phantasm. Ooh, coming in with a Macho Red. Macho Grande Red for 10 Dominate. So Bravo's looking like he thinks he sees an opportunity to try to close this game out with life totals. It is a big dominated attack, so Dromai's gotta figure out how to defend this. Playing an Oasis Respite, gaining a life, blocking 4 of the 10 damage from Macho Grande. So effectively negating 5 of it, and then has the Fate in Arsenal. He's actually only net taking 1. He was at 11 to start the turn there. The Oasis basically blocked 5 effectively, and the Fate, another 4 here. So that turn of events was pretty traumatic for Bravo. And then just continuing to build the board state, trade the life for board state, and here he has it. He's got 4 Ash Wings, 2 Passings, a Mirror Guy, and a Necria that just attacked. The Necria now has 2 -1 counters because it's dealt damage twice now. Doesn't matter, it still swings for 4 every single time. Yep. Choosing to trigger and destroy the second dragon that attacked because it doesn't have Phantasm, because Passings and Mirror Guys effect apply to the first Illusionist attack, which is a dragon. Looks like he's activating Tectonic Plating for the Surge. I don't know what he did either. Oh yeah, he created the Surge, and then he's swinging the hammer at... looks like it's swinging at face. I couldn't quite catch that. I believe that Bravo is swinging 6 at Dromai's face. Dromai doesn't have an arsenal here, so it'd be very interesting to see how many cards that she wants to give up in this situation. Yeah, that's Vincerikai, and I believe that's Optimi. And he does pummel that one, and I believe that's the last of the red pummels. So it pushes it at 10. Dromai takes 4 damage, goes down to 6, and just keeps on pumping out dragons. This is a 4 on hit, go again. Sorry, 4 on hit, draw a card with go again. Bravo's blocking 6 here. Now, you remember, he blocked with Tectonic Plating a while back on an Ashwing that seemingly should not have been blocked. And this is an example of why you need to effectively block with your equipment and not think about psychological damage. If you go back in our video series, there's a good video that Jacob put out about this. It matters so much. It comes down to so much. Bravo's choosing to take out Kyloria with a hammer swing for 4. Dromai has all the tempo here in this late game with 2 passing mirages and a mirror guide. Dromai can really do whatever she wants to do. She's going to lay down a Dominia and start stripping cards, so Bravo better have 2 poppers in hand, otherwise this game is going to be over quickly. Dominia's trigger hits, so Bravo has what appears to be 3 poppers in hand with a Staunch. That Staunch is a odd card to have in this situation. Still coming in for 4, go again. Bravo deciding just to eat the attack. Oh, and lays down a Chromai. This is went from bad to worse. Choosing not to destroy the Chromai. Bravo looks like he's considering what to do with this dragon here. Bravo took that damage. Bravo decided to not block the Necria. This is game over. He just took all of the dragons. You gotta get. I don't understand. It wasn't the red. Phil's over there talking about how the mid red hand, the hand mid game where he drew a bunch of reds off the Tome of Fyendel. He's deciding to go after Dominia, but it doesn't matter now because he has Chromai and Chromai without Phantasm. So Anna's with a swing at the Dominia, and now there's two Burn Them Alls. He played back-to-back Burn Them Alls. And if you notice that he pitched those very early in the game, well, not early in the game, mid-game, he pitched 2 Burn Them Alls. And he's set this scenario up. The tempo swing was whenever Dromai got 2 passing mirages and Bravo neglected to take out either one of them. Pitching to activate Furnace, create an Ash here. It really doesn't matter. I don't think Bravo can even survive this turn. So he's he's blocking the arcane with a blue and blocking the 3 physical damage, and now he's in this rough cycle of just having to drop 3 cards from hand every turn to basically stay alive. and now he has to choose, if he goes face, Dromai's just going to block it. So he's got to start actually taking out the board. It's just too late now. I don't think that Dromai... I don't know what happened to that Dromai there. Deciding to take out the Necrio with... I don't understand why that Dromai left, because if Dromai attacked, it should not have had Phantasm. Playing a third Burn Them All, so there's now 3 Burn Them Alls on the table. Playing Dromai and Asvali. This is I think this is going to do it this turn. Dromai is the one that gives the action points, and Asvali is not gonna. It's gonna send additional arcane. This is. Yeah. He's having to defend all 3 arcane with no room gloves. He's gonna have to block this physical damage. Oh, played a sigil to gain 3 life, and now he's left with 2 cards in hand. He's got to take that damage. Yeah, the sigil basically blocked the Dromai. Yep, and then he's left with 1 card, and he's going to have to pop whatever dragon is sent. Yep, and he's going to have to hope that it's a popper. Oh, GG's. Oh, another sigil from Dromai side. Didn't have done an attack. So Dromai at 9. And Bravo at 1. The Ghostly is not going to matter here. He's counting his Ghostly counters here. And he's having to trigger Burn Them All. 2 counters on each of the first ones, and then 1 counter on the one he played this turn. So at the beginning of your end phase, Burn Them All triggers, and you must banish put a raise counter on Burn Them All, then banish a red card for each raise counter on Burn Them All. And he's got 5 counters on all his Burn Them All, so he has to banish 5 cards to satisfy that, to make sure that all of them live until they see the next turn. Bravo just having to draw up and pass the turn. Effectively waiting to die here, because the first dragon attack is going to send 3 arcane that's going to strip a blue from his hand. The Dromai that is going to be the dragon most likely attacking is going to be soaking up an additional 3 block card. And then he has 2, what appears to be, 1 Ashwing. I can't see his dice there on the... Oh my gosh, he just spewed dragons. He played them all at the same time. Yenderai, which we haven't seen this entire game, but it's the Endurance counter dragon. It's a 3 attack, 3 health dragon that comes in with an Endurance counter that blocks or prevents the first 3 damage dealt to it. Then he also laid down 2 Mirror Guys. And these are the first dragon attack loses, can't gain Phantasm. He's effectively stopped all 3 arcane with a blue. He blocked the 3 physical attack from the Dromai. Dromai's gained a second action point. He has popped Yenderai, so his Ghostly is going from... Yep, from 8 to 9, from 9 to 10 counters on the Ghostly Touch. Bravo's hanging in there. I think that is all he can do at this point in time. So Dromai has 3 Bar the Mauls out, 2 Mirror Guys, a Chromai, and 2 Passing Mirages. So, with all intents and purposes, any of the dragons that attack from here on out are not going to have Phantasm. Again, the pivotal point that the Bravo players talking about that turned the game is the red hand that came with the tome turn, but it was the Passing Mirages he just did not choose to pay any attention to that put him in this position. Dromai apparently drew a hand that didn't work and made a comment about why does this deck hate me so much. But as we all know, the hands that we see this late in the game are from our former self. We gave ourselves these hands. So we can either thank ourselves or curse ourselves. Either way, it's still ourselves giving us the hands. Billowing Mirage for what appears to be 3 here. And Bravo choosing to play a blue unmovable. Oh, he has a yellow pummel and has to block 3. Man, that... Yeah, okay. So he had a Crippling Crush in his arsenal that turn that he didn't... couldn't get out of his arsenal there. Well, there you have it. Bravo went aggressive and chose to ignore the board, and the board just gained way too much value. So Dromai takes this one down and ekes out so much value across the board. And like any illusionist, you think you have them, and then all of a sudden just kind of slowly slips through your hands. We appreciate you tuning in, and we hope you enjoyed it. Got to see a good finals match from two top heroes in the meta. Bravo being a little overlooked right now. I think Bravo's in a really good spot. Obviously, Dromai is very fancy with all of her shiny dragons, all of her cool tricks that she can do. But yeah, we appreciate you stopping by. We appreciate the support. If you like content like this, please click that like and subscribe button. We really appreciate all the support. We're getting close to closing in on 1,000 subscribers. We're almost there, and we're looking to do some good celebrating once we reach 1,000. So we hope you celebrate with us and come along for the ride. Until next time, we'll see you. Peace.